Hi, ladies. So today, because it's so hot out and a lot of times we don't feel like cooking when it's hot out, I'm going to show you a couple of quick, easy lunches, or you could have them for dinner too, but something easy that you don't have to do any cooking and you can just throw them together. So a lot of times people will be like, oh, I'm so tired. It's too hot. I don't want to cook. They make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and they don't think anything else that you can do. There's some really easy kind of sandwiches that you can kind of throw together. So what I'm going to do today is one is going to be a black bean roll up. And then the other one is chicken salad, which is not chicken. So anyways, we'll start making the chicken salad. So I'm going to move my camera down. So you can see I've already got some stuff chopped up here. So I've got, I have some red onion because you can put green onion, regular onion. I'm going to use red onion in this. I've got some chopped diced carrots. I've got some celery. These are pecans, and I just chopped them up a little bit smaller. And then some dried cranberries over here. So I'm going to put all of those into my bowl. Get my bowl over here. So I'm just going to toss all this stuff into the bowl. And then I'll show you the chicken part. With the not chicken part. And it's very tasty. Okay, so we put all that in the bowl. And then, there we go. Now I'm going to take this is the Tofurky plant-based chicken. So you can get this right in the same area where where they would have tofu and all of those other plant-based things in the produce department. Okay, so this is what it looks like when you pull it out. It's like in one of those shrink wrap plastic things, and it's already seasoned and stuff, slightly seasoned. And just open this up, and I'm going to chop it up a little bit more because I like it to be smaller pieces, so it spreads out in the salad. So I'm just going to open this up and kind of chop it up a little bit on my cutting board here before I put it in the bowl. And it does come apart in little chunks, but I want to just chop it up a little bit smaller. And it smells like chicken. It does. And this is already cooked and everything, so you don't have to cook it or anything like that. It's all just ready to go. And you can use it right out of the package, or like I said, I just like to chop it up a little bit smaller. I hope this fits in my bowl. I got a lot of add-ins in there. I always add a little more, whenever I'm making it. I always like, oh, what else do I have in the fridge I can throw in there? So I added the carrots. It wasn't really part of the main thing. I'm going to kind of put this in a bigger bowl. Well, let's see. All right, so we're going to put that into the bowl. I might have to. Yeah, I think it'll work. It'll work. Okay, now just going to get my hands cleaned up here. Okay. Oh, there's one little piece of chicken in there. Okay. So now we're just going to add some dressing onto this, which will be some vegan mayo, which you could use regular mayo if you want, but vegan mayo doesn't have any eggs in it. So we're going to use some of that. Get my stuff out here. So, and again, I'm not going to measure it. Things to it, so just kind of put stuff in and then see how it is, mix it up. More. And a little bit of garlic powder and some salt and pepper. And if you have a particular recipe of chicken salad that you like that has different seasonings, put whatever you want in. This just happens to be what I'm putting in this one, but you can put whatever you want in for seasoning. You can also add some chopped apple in here, any peppers, things like that. Anything you want, you can just put it into the salad as well. The secret is just try to make it colorful and crunchy. So it gives you a lot of different textures and flavors, and it's really good. And you can put it in a salad. You could top a salad with it, or you can put it into, a roll up or a regular sandwich. It's whatever you prefer for bread. Again, you want to try to go with, whole wheat or whole grain breads. So this looks pretty good. It's like staying together. My bowl was just barely big enough for this. You could put chopped grapes in. So there's a variety of different veggies and fruits that you can add to your chicken salad. All right, so this is where we're at right now. So you can see it's got a lot of different colors in there, and looks just like chicken salad. And it's got the crunchy in there with all the veggies and the pecans. And I always buy my pecans and all my nuts really in the baking aisle, because you can get them there that don't have any, they're not roasted, there's no salt on them, there's nothing added to them. So they're nice, they're raw. So that's the best way to use them for when you're cooking and stuff. You get them much healthier that way. Okay. So I've got my chicken salad that I can then make, a wrap or roll up or whatever I want. And whenever I'm making a sandwich with something like this, I'm going to use one of these wraps here. Whenever I'm making a sandwich with one of these things, I would always add a little bit of spinach. So I always have a big bag of, fresh spinach that I can just, that big bag of spinach like this, so that you can just add to it. And then if you have a bag of spinach and then it's in the fridge for a while and it starts to, you're like, oh, it's going to go bad before I can eat it all, put it in the freezer, because then you can use that in when you're cooking something, or you can put it in your smoothie, but it will keep it from going bad when you put it in the freezer, and then it lasts longer. So that way you're not throwing it out. So I always just rotate. If I'm going to go to the store, I'll take any spinach that's left in the fridge that's still, I'll put it in the freezer, and then I'll get another bag of spinach. So I'm not wasting things. Okay, so I put some spinach down there, and then I'll put in, a scoop of of my chicken salad right on top there, and then wrap it up. So I make my nice sandwich like that. Okay, and then you just roll it however you want. Now that could be, you could use, some of this Dave's, the Dave's bread. That's a nice bread to use. Or I always like the Ezekiel bread that you have to keep in the freezer. That bread is really, really healthy for you. It doesn't have any preservatives in it. That's why it has to be kept in the freezer. But I love this stuff. And that one, you would just need to toast it or thaw it out before you make your sandwich. Now, my other sandwich that I'm going to show you, I'm going to move this stuff out of the way here, is a black bean wrap. So all you do is take whatever you're going to, so these are the beef-free wraps, which are gluten-free and everything. I use these for myself. So you just take your wrap, very, very simple. Roll up the wrap, and then you get a can of vegan refried beans. Okay, these are pinto beans, and it kind of looks like dog food, but it's very good. So all it is beans mashed up. Now you can make your own, but it's hard mashing them up to this consistency. It takes a little bit of work. So I just like to have a couple cans of this in the cabinet, because they last a long time in the cabinet, and then you can just make a nice sandwich out of it. So you take some of that, and you just spread it onto your, let me put this down, spread it onto your wrap. So now this doesn't have any seasoning in it or anything. So now you can season it however you want. So you could take and put some a sauce on there. So like this is a spicy chipotle sauce. I could just squirt a little bit of this on there, and that gives me some nice seasoning. You could just put some seasoning like this, like Tajin, which is a nice spicy seasoning. So I could just sprinkle that on to the black beans if I wanted to. And then I love broccoli slaw. I always grab some broccoli slaw when I'm in the store. I always actually get a couple bags of it usually. And it's all ready to go. It's all shredded for you. So I just grab a handful of that and just put it right onto my my pinto beans. So I put that in there. And then, like I always like to add, again, like I said, is some spinach. So we add some nice fresh spinach on there. And then we roll it up and it's ready to go. Very, very tasty, very easy. You can put guacamole on these. You can put salsa. You can dip them in whatever you want. So try the chicken salad. The recipe is there. The other one you don't need a recipe for. It's pretty much put whatever you want on it for veggies, and the black beans and whatever seasoning you want. It'll take on whatever flavor you put in there. So I hope you like that. So it's something different than peanut butter and jelly on those nights that you don't feel like cooking, and very healthy. You're getting a lot of veggies and plant foods in there. All right, enjoy.